Alright, after a ton of messing around, I finally got something working with this whole crazy, I don't even know, like HDRP Advanced VFX graph that can trace skin mesh renderers, but not in the easy shortcut way that was added in 2020.2. This is 2020. This is like a different way that I found from somebody's repo. Keijiro, it's called Smrvfx. So I adapted it from, this project, kind of took it apart, trying to figure it out. I'm still not seeing these particles, but this is the original one. You can do this, and if you hit play, something wild happens with some kind of karate. But I think it's off screen now. So anyway, it's a pretty cool project. I'm trying to figure this out for something entirely different, more of just like a learning challenge almost at this point. So here's kind of the steps and what you need to know for some kind of troubleshooting that you're going to run into. The first thing is that the very first thing you need is this skin mesh baker. It's like the core thing that's extracting the data. It wants to use Unity, one of these wants to use Unity Engine Mathematics. It calls this combined mesh. In 2020.1, I guess that moves into the jobs package. So if you go to your package manager, also in 2021 or 2020.2, this kind of changes. You gotta work with me here. I'm running on like 3 different versions of Unity and getting kind of confused with all the little nuances. But if you go to Unity here and you search mathematics, oh, this is showing up because you have to go to project settings, package manager, and you have to. I'm super confused how this is working without. I had to turn on. What was it? It's like preview mode. Enable preview mode packages. Alright, so this is where it should have been. You can see you have package manager, advanced settings. For some reason my advanced settings are gone. Geez, I don't know even which version. I'm in 2021.2. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on, but if you can't find the mathematics package, enable preview packages. And then also make sure you have jobs installed, which you're going to need anyway. And then if you're working on this exact repo, I needed to take it out of the pre-built package. I put it in its own script folder and I remade the assembly definition. If you don't have burst installed in this assembly definition, and let's say you just didn't have an assembly definition, you will get random debug logs relating to, let me find it. I have absolutely no idea what the exact error was. I can't find the tab. Apparently it's not under my recently closed history, but you will get some random error about some assets in use, and it's all because this thing is using burst, which I guess is some kind of job system. And yeah, if you see that error, just make sure that you have an assembly definition and you have burst here. It's some kind of new error. I think that's all the silly stuff. I guess there's one more little small thing, is you're going to need to, whatever mesh you're trying to set up, so I'll do the default one, you have to check it and put read-write enabled. Otherwise you'll get errors. Let's see. No? Weird. Should be getting errors. That's odd. Okay, well, this video just makes me sound like a lunatic, but I swear I've been down this road plenty of times. So let's maybe turn off this this version of this character and we'll start from scratch. So if you wanna bring in a mesh, separate some of this stuff out. This is the thing that has the skin mesh render. This is what you're going to want. Then you want to create an empty thing and called it the skin mesh renderer baker. And you want to add that skin mesh renderer baker. I went in and exposed the compute shader because for whatever reason the one that was assigned here initially, which is in the resources folder, it was throwing a bunch of errors about it not being assigned. It was also marked as hidden in inspector, so I undid that. Also, when I did that, it wouldn't expose itself until I restarted Unity. Anyway, so this is like the compute shader. Actually, I think I want to rename that perhaps. So make sure that that gets assigned. And then what you want to do is add this body in here. And the next thing you need to do is create another empty object, call it like VFX, add a VFX binder, property binder, that'll give you a visual effect and it'll give you this property binder. You can either make a new one or edit the like current particle one that comes with the project. I haven't dug into this at all much, but position map is like an exposed array of like some kind of probably position data. I haven't looked too far into the code yet, and what I assume that is when you try to make a new binding, I'm not sure where or how this got exposed. This might be the compute shader. I'm not quite sure how this is linked, but you can select this, expand it, and you have to it's saying that position map is null because there's nothing feeding into it. So I guess you select this, you can drag this baker in there and then everything's good. Then you want to bind the velocity map because otherwise when the mesh moves the character doesn't move. And actually before you do that, I would say you want to like, I'm still not sure on this one. I tried to center it like where the character is. I don't know why I can't. If you don't center it, it seems to just be off in the middle of nowhere. Okay, that's weird. And now when you go to move the character, yeah, so now that thing's around it. And that's pretty much how you set this thing up. There's still a lot of weird unanswered things, but yeah, I don't know. It's definitely cool. Let's see if this does anything with this animation. No, I don't even see some particles. Not a lot though, so anyway, that's where I'm at as far as diving in for the first time.